Can I get more coffee before I get started? Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to the Big Larry Show, where we have some morning coffee and wake and bake.
I don't know where my mom last night. I tried to call her yesterday morning.
Yeah, well, things could be happening. You know, they could be on vacation or
Or
something.
somewhere and died in the family.
Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Raccoon Man. I'm just sitting here rowing the morning, wake and bake, getting it ready. Good morning, Light. Yeah, Monday is definitely coming pretty quick. I really, tell you the truth, I wish he was staying longer, but understand he's got to work, got to pay the bills. I mean, I invited him for breakfast because I knew he was going to be here early. And there is another Frost family who has invited him to lunch to take him out to lunch, but he turned breakfast down, he turned lunch down because I understand he's got a 12-hour drive back home. And I wouldn't want to get a full belly and drive home because then I'm going to get sleepy with the full belly. So I kind of see his point. I'd want to get here, do what I got to do, and get back out of here. He's still in the loony bin, as I call it, the nut house, the psychiatric ward. He is still getting help. At least I hope that's where he's at and he's not in the jailhouse. Well, I know a lot of you want him in the jailhouse, but you know, I've been to jail. It ain't a good place to be. The nut house ain't much better, but you know, at least the food's a little better. You know, John, I really do hope that you do get some help because there's nothing in this world worth committing suicide for. Good morning, Boo. Everybody, please hold on. Talk to yourselves for a minute or talk to each other. Me and the wife sitting here having a conversation. I'm going to mute you for the morning for a couple seconds, but I will be right back with you. Good morning, JJ.
And here's a full one.
Okay.
Hasn't been opened or not.
Okay, people, I'm back. Me and the wife was discussing what we need to get today from the grocery store to help us get by until the 13th when we get our stamps. We're running low on hamburger and chicken, so she needs to pick up some hamburger and chicken for us. She's saying Arnold has plenty. Arnold don't need no food. It's me and her that's going to need it, which is hamburger and chicken mainly. I mean, we got most of the main side dishes. It's just the main meats that we need. And she said, of course, we're going to need bread. We always need bread. That's something everybody goes through a lot of.
Yeah, I'm taking this.
Top of the morning, Jan.
I'm taking this.
Okay.
I just wanted you to see.
Yeah, and you got my Cash App card?
Yeah, I have all the cards.
Okay. Take the Cash App and get me some cigarettes. Cool, cool. Yeah, hit that thumbs up this morning. Show Larry how many people he gets on here. Show me that you guys enjoy Larry getting on in the mornings. Morning man. The man has a plan. A pan. I always said a plan until I really read it one time. Yep, exactly. As you all know, Todd will be here Monday morning. I will hopefully be live Monday when he's here. Just in case Vaughn says he never showed up. Well, Vaughn's going to know he showed up because he's taking the liens. There's a reason Todd's driving for 12 hours. He's coming down here to get them liens. Vaughn Hilton, you say Todd should loan you the money to get them? He is. How do you get that he's not loaning you the money to get your properties? Because I'm going to tell you, if it was a Frost and not Todd, the Frost ain't going to give you no chance to get it back. Todd's giving you a chance to get it back. Todd's giving you a loan to pay your taxes. The only problem is Todd's making sure he gets his money back. If Todd would have did it the way you said, Vaughn Hilton, you probably would have never paid him back. You would have said, fuck him, he's a troll, and not paying. Vaughn, you don't pay your debts like you're supposed to. You don't pay your bills like you're supposed to. How do you expect someone to give you a loan or help you when they know that they're not going to get their money back? People are not retarded as you, Vaughn Hilton. People know that you will not pay them back. Yep, exactly. Yeah, thank you everybody who's gave me a thumbs up. If you ain't, please give me a thumbs up. Shows me that you like seeing Larry on here Saturday mornings. I really said I was going to start doing evening shows, but I really ain't. I did a couple, and I notice I do get a lot more viewers at night than I do in the day. But I also realize that, when I'm on in the evening hours, I'm taking my wife's time away from her. Because that's the time that me and her usually sits around and watches movie together and talk and do what we have to do. She says she don't mind it once in a while because, she gets tired of watching movies day in, day out. So she don't mind me going live a couple times a week. But she says she still wants us to make sure we get our time, or should I say her time. And I agree. I'm not a Vaughn Hilton. I'm going to make sure my wife gets her time. I hear you, baby. You don't, I mean, I want you to appreciate it, but, that's what husbands are supposed to do, make time for their wives besides sex. I mean, sex is good, but it don't mean it's got to be, that's the only thing of the conversation. No.
I'm gonna say hi.
Morning, so.
But I have to do the fan. Do you hear me?
Yeah, there ain't too many people here. There's only 16 of us, baby. But yeah, if you want to say good morning, you can. I mean, they can hear you. They just can't. They just can't see you right now.
Your alien one.
Okay, now they can see you.
Your alien fell backwards.
Yeah.
He was getting tired.
Wife wants to say good morning to y'all. One of the aliens laid down. He was tired, the wife said.
Hi guys, how are you doing? Alright, I'm gonna go, okay? Because I'm a busy woman. So
love you, baby.
I love you guys, and I'll see you whenever.
You'll see Todd Monday.
Yeah, I know. Tuesday, I gotta try to get a hold of my doctor.
We will.
Because if not, gonna run out of my artane, and that's not pretty.
Baby, I'm not gonna let you run out of your artane. You know that.
I know that, but I just want to make sure it's,
I understand. Oh, shit. Now, do I keep rolling or do I smoke a cigarette? I think it's time to keep rolling. Let's get this morning one out of the way. Maybe I'll feel better once I do my wake and bake. Boo says good morning. Morning, Boo. Yeah, but it's time to wake and bake. I'm trying to get it ready. I ain't did it yet. I ain't been awake too long. Probably about a half hour, 45 minutes maybe. Got my first cup of coffee in me. I'm getting my second one going. So she just brought me my second cup. So now I'm starting to wake up and I can roll it and do what I got to do. Yeah, I mean, Stinky, all I can tell you, buddy, is Todd is helping you. Because if it was somebody else, they're not going to give you a chance to buy your property back. They're not going to give you a chance to pay the liens off. Todd will give you a minute to pay him off. If you don't pay him off, then yeah, he's going to let it go down the road and it's going to go up for auction, and Todd's going to get his money one way or another. So, Vaughn, you better start being pretty nice to Todd, because he's the man that's holding the string right now on your ass. You're already saying you lost and you're gone and your gods are going to give you another property. All the power to you, buddy. Go for it. You said Putin's going to give you some property. Go for it. It does cost a few $100s to get a passport, right? Is Putin going to send you the money to get you a passport to go over there, Vaughn Hilton? And you really think Putin's going to give you a free home forever? You think he's going to give you food for free for whatever? Todd almost doubles his money. If Todd splits out, say Todd spends $800, okay, he's going to get anywhere from 13 to 1800 back. So yeah, Todd could probably almost double his money almost. After late fees and this and that and everything, yeah, Todd's out to make money. And I'm sorry, but everybody's out to make money. If I can make money, I'm taking it. I can always use money. If I can't use it right now, I can always put it in the bank and use it later when I do need it. And everybody should be that. Everybody should be wanting to make some kind of money. I mean, a lot of you go to work every day to do what? Make money. If I knew for 100% that I had the right lottery numbers, yeah, I would go down and buy that lottery ticket. If I go to, it's like me going to a yard sale. I went to a yard sale 5 years ago, and I seen a Dale Earnhardt Sr. car still in the box. Still in the box. Guys never took it out of the box. He was a Dale Earnhardt fan. I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I'm wearing Jeff Gordon's coat. I got Jeff Gordon's hat on. Now, you could tell I am a Jeff Gordon fan. So there's no reason I would want a Dale Earnhardt Sr. car in my collection, even though he was good. So in the long run, I ended up buying the Dale Senior car. I got like 4 different other cars. Altogether, I think I ended up getting 4 cars still in the box, 6 cars out of the box, and I think I gave the guy $15 for all of it. I wasn't out of that yard sale no more than 10 minutes. After leaving that yard sale, garage sale, whatever it was, 10 minutes, went home, sat there, made a phone call, told somebody that I had a Dale Earnhardt Sr. car still in the box. He was at my house within 5 minutes, and he gave me $50 for that car. I personally knew he would buy it. I didn't know what he'd pay for it. I knew it was worth something because it's still in the box. You know, if somebody took it out of the box and played with it and all that and put their fingerprints and got it dirty, no, it's not worth much. Still in the box, sealed up. Yeah, the guy gave me $50 for it. So he paid for all my cars and then some. I made money. That is what life is about, making money and surviving in my book. Good morning, Rudolph. I hope I answered your question, Jan. Todd will make a little bit of money off of it. It will cover his gas coming down here and back. It will cover for the hotel room. I mean, like I said, he will almost double his money. If he spends $800 for the liens, $100 for the hotel room, let's say another $100 for gas here and back. So he's got $1,000 wrapped into it. He's gonna get $1,700, $1,800, maybe $2,000. Really, he's saving Von Hilton from losing him. Because I'm gonna tell you, the Frost wouldn't have gave him the opportunity to get him back. I personally don't think Thumper is going to give him the opportunity to get him back. Thumper's going to make it so hard for him not to be able to pay them liens that Thumper's just going to take it. That's how Thumper works, and that's how much Thumper hates him. Like I said, Von Hilton, you better be lucky Todd is the one buying them. Because I sure in the hell wouldn't give you an opportunity to get them back. Todd's going to give you that opportunity. But I don't think Todd's going to let you get away with $50 a week for the next 4 fucking years. Todd might let you get away with paying him half now and half next month or maybe 2 months, but that's about it. You know, honestly, Jan, I don't think Todd was really interested in buying them. It was just a big laugh for a minute until Vaughn told him he could not do it. A man, if you tell a man that they can't do something, they're going to make you out of a liar. Or at least they're going to try. Someone tells me I can't do something, I'm going to fucking try and make them out of a liar. You know, it's like one of my exes told me I couldn't quit smoking marijuana long enough to get a real job. I quit smoking marijuana. 30 days. Dropped 2 urine tests for 2 different companies and smoked the biggest, fattest joint I've ever smoked in my life. Soon as I pissed in that second cup. You don't tell somebody they can't do something because then they're going to make you out of a liar. They're going to keep trying to do it until they do it. Well, I can't say she don't have a great life. She's taken care of. If she needs anything, she gets it. If she wants anything, she gets it. I make sure her insulin is given to her every day. I mean, she does slave for me on my coffee and certain things that she does for me. But that's part about being a husband and a wife. There you have the ups and you have the downs, and you just have to ride the coaster and enjoy it while you can. Yeah, you got that right. There's a lid for every pot. You've been married 33 years. That is really good. You heard Todd is a cop caller, Larry? I don't know if he's a cop caller or not, tell you the truth, Jan. You know, and if he is the one that called the cops on J Dubs, that's good because I didn't want J Dubs out there killing nobody. He's out there talking about getting drunk and driving and running into a fucking Mack truck. It might kill him, but it might also kill that driver. J Dubs, that driver of that truck that you're talking about running into, he has a family. He has a wife and kids at home. So you're literally going to take their father from them? My opinion, if somebody's going to commit suicide, go do it where nobody else is involved. Go jump off the fucking bridge somewhere and drown yourself. Don't say you're going to run into some other vehicle and kill somebody else. You don't stick a gun to your fucking head and say, I'm going to commit suicide, and don't think that somebody's not going to call. I've never seen him call the cops on J Dubs. I know somebody else did. Von Hilton's always saying that he's calling the cops too. But he never does. He's too scared. He knows what Manchester, Kentucky's police are going to do with him calling. They're going to say, oh, it's you again, Von Hilton? Start laughing and hang up on his ass. Because they all know he ain't all there. I've lived down here, 18 years almost now? I've only called the cops one time. I've been here 18 years and I've called the cops one time out here. And that's because I lived in no man's land and somebody had their car parked in my driveway. And I had no idea whose car it was. So, and I heard there was a couple cars running around that were stolen and people were parking them back in the woods. So I called the sheriff and had him go out there and check that car. That car got towed because it was on my property and we couldn't find out the owner. Well, about 2.5, 3 hours later, the owner comes walking out of the woods. Hey, where's my car? Where's my car? Well, the police just towed it away out of here about an hour ago. Oh, I was up there ginsenging. You don't leave your vehicle on my property. Oh, I knocked on your door at 6:30 in the morning and no answer. That's what he told me. And I know it was a fucking lie because I was up at 6:30 in the morning. My kids leave for school at 6:30 in the morning and gets on the school bus. So I knew the guy was lying to me. And I told him that. Told him I didn't mind him parking back there, but he has to let me know he's there. He can't just leave his vehicle back there because I don't know whose vehicle's back there. You're not supposed to be back there. That is my property. If he would have knocked on the door and told me he was going ginsenging, want to know if it was hard, if he can park back there, I was like, yeah, no problem. But he didn't, even though he said he did. Nobody knocked on my door. And I told him I was up at that time. My kids were sitting here. Both of the boys were up, dressed and ready, waiting on the school bus at that time. Like I said, there's only two kinds of people I hate: thieves and liars. I hate thieves and I hate liars. Don't lie to me, because if you lie to me, then you're going to take another lie to cover that first lie up. I'd rather you just be truthful and get it over with. You okay?
Oh, don't ask me that when I'm coughing. Yeah, I think I'm all right.
Okay. Morning, Miss Kitty.
Hi, Kitty.
I don't know if you heard her, but she said good morning, Miss Kitty. Yes, Todd. I agree. There you go, Jan. If you want to know, you can ask him yourself. But I think I pretty well answered it for him. He's out to make money. Enjoy, Todd. Have fun, buddy. Yeah, I've always did that too, Todd. I've always loved driving and seeing new places. Make sure you have extra socks, Todd, since apparently we all in your business. Yeah, it's a mini vacation. We ought to all take a field trip. Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody should get out once or twice a year and just get out and do something. Go see something that you ain't seen before. I mean, it's like my aunt. She's in her mid 70s now. Her kids are now fully grown and have their own kids and their own kids, and they're all up in age. My aunt has a thing for that Elvis Presley guy. So all three of her kids got together, all pitched in, and took their mom down to Graceland. They spent 3 days there, 4 days there. So, and that was 2, 3 months back. She still talks about that trip. She got to go to where Elvis Presley lived. She was so excited. I mean, if there's things that you get into and, go out and do something. Yeah, I knew it was your Oklahoma State University, Todd. I didn't think you'd go to my OSUs. As you all know, Todd likes the Oklahoma State University. I am an Ohio State University. Yeah, one of my neighbors asked me when I was going live again. I asked her why. She says that she just wants to get on and check out my show. And she's like, Larry, how do you make money? I says, I usually don't make money. I some people give me money, but it ain't all about money. And if you want to make money on one of the platforms, you literally got to have a hell of a show. Yes, Slayer's here. Yep. Then I've told the neighbors when I was going live, and oh, I'll be there, I'll be there. They fall asleep before I go live. And then she calls me, oh, when you going live again? I'm tired of telling them when I'm live. I've told her 3 or 4 times, and it's just like goes in one ear and out the other. Same like with the Von Hilton kind of thing. You tell him something, it goes in one ear and out the other. If you hear me choking and puking and throwing up or all that good stuff, it's because I'm smoking my morning J. It's time for that wake and bake. Tell them you have someone from Oklahoma on as a guest Monday morning. Oh, yeah, Todd. I'm going to be online Monday morning just because you're here. Hell, I might even video you pulling in my driveway and all. And make sure you check your Facebook, Todd. It's already there. I noticed it this morning. I'm probably going to go live between 7 and 8. I'm not expecting Todd until about 8:30. Figure by the time he does his paperwork and does everything, 8:30, 9 o'clock, Todd will probably be around here. I ain't but 5 minutes from where Todd's going to be. Yeah, see, that's not bad, Richie. Someone taking in $14,000 for just doing a show online? That's pretty dang good, buddy. That's better than good. That's excellent. Yeah, exactly. I bet he was crying, Richie. Hell, for that kind of money, I'll cry too. Somebody did a show, honey.
Yeah.
He ended up walking away with $14,750. And the guy started crying online. I'd cry too for that kind of money. See, there's that word that Von Hilton does not even know. You know, if somebody helps you, you should thank them. If somebody even sends you $1, you should thank them because they are taking it out of their pocket, their money that they have earned, their time, and they're giving it to you. You definitely should thank them. Von Hilton, did you ever thank Solar Marshall for $500 worth of dog food? Not one time did you. J-Dubs, you did say thank you to Marshall one time, but then you're the one that automatically says that he poisoned the dogs and killed them and laughed about it on a live show. Yeah, me, Richie, I've never asked for money, and people give it to me anyways. I'm not saying I don't appreciate it, and I do tell them thank you. I mean, if it wasn't for all my friends or all these people on YouTube, I wouldn't have been able to move last year. If it wasn't for Todd Malico, I would not have been able to move last year. He was my biggest donor. Probably not. He don't say thank you to nobody. Yeah, it's just like he says he's a good father. He ain't a good father if he didn't go there and watch him be born. Oh, I don't like the blood. I don't like this. He could have stood on the other side of her. He could have stood at the top of her head and held her hand and told her, breathe, baby, breathe, breathe. Hell no. He would rather go home and play with his horse vaginas than to watch his kids be born. Yeah, you get the audience you deserve. Agree. Slater, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. I agree. By what you put out is what your audience is.
Daddy, you have too much shit.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm gonna quit buying stuff, baby, and I'm gonna start giving the stuff away to who it belongs to, and you know, I just want to make sure the boys all have a good Christmas this year. Yeah, an EMT that hates blood. I mean, a lot of people don't like to see that, you know, and I'll be honest, I didn't want to see it. But guess what? I did. A couple of times. And yes, it is nasty and gross, but it is also the most wonderful thing in the fucking world to watch a baby be born. Yeah, vampire, afraid of the dark. I always thought they liked the dark.
Yeah, they do.
Not Von Hilton. He's afraid of the dark.
They don't like the sunlight.
No, Vaughn ain't allowed the sunlight neither. He didn't, JJ. He was home on the computer when his kids were being born. I watched 3 out of my 4 get born. And the first one, yeah, I was up there by her head, holding her hands, talking her through it. The second one I didn't get to see. I was at work and I got there and the police department escorted me out of the hospital. The third one, I watched him be born. The fourth one, you might as well say I was the doctor because I'm the one that caught him. I'm the one that cut the umbilical cord. All the doctor did is sat there and watched me do it and made sure I was doing it right. Morning, Lewis. Yep, my last son, I literally caught him coming out. I literally cut the umbilical cords myself. And as soon as that doctor turned his head, I took the scissors and the hemostats after we took them off the baby. And I still have them. That is almost Arnold's almost 20 years here. They're packed away in a baggie, put away. I mean, honestly, he's at the age now I can give them to him if he wants them. I mean, I got it right on the bag. Arnold's birth. That way I remember what they were, and I didn't want to use them for holding my 420 stuff, so even though they've been cleaned and wiped down with alcohol pads and everything, I still didn't want to use it for that. I got my own ones for that. "26 viewers, 17 thumbs up, 54 minutes on. If y'all ain't gave me a thumbs up, please give me a thumbs up. It shows me that you like me and like me being on here today. It is a Saturday morning. Figured I'd get on here and say good morning to everybody. I didn't get on last night. Me and the wife sat and watched a couple of movies. Like I said, I cannot take my wife's time away from her. I mean, I love doing shows. I love doing things on YouTube and whatever, but my wife is very important to me too, so I have to make sure she gets her time in. If she wants to watch movies, we watch movies. Tell you the truth, Miss Kitty, I don't even remember. I fell asleep halfway through the first one. I think she sat here and watched 3 of them. What movies did you watch? I don't even remember what we first watched. What was our first movie that I was watching with you before I fell asleep? She don't even remember neither.
Well, I remember too, but I don't know the first.
What was the first one? I stopped at it. I was the one that said, let's watch that. We've seen it before, but I don't remember what it was.
I watched Jungle to Jungle. Jungle to Jungle.
She watched Jungle to Jungle.
Now,
yeah.
Somebody, they went to, and his dad joined to, I don't know the name of the movie though.
Oh,
no.
Where Rodney Dangerfield went back to college with this kid. That's the one we started watching.
All I know is it, Melon Clump.
Yeah, that's the one we were first watching. The Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
The Nutty Professor is the first one we started watching.
And we watched the second Nutty Professor.
And then we watched the second Nutty Professor. Yeah, and Back to School. Yep, them were the 3. Nutty Professor 1, 2, and Back to School was number 3. We watch a lot of old movies. We've seen them all before. But it's nice to just do little reruns of, some movies. Yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, she's always liked them. She laughs at them. She enjoys them, and that's what I like to hear. I like to hear her laugh. I like to let her enjoy watching shows that she likes. Me and her both do not really get into horrors. Yes. Well, my cousin, he said he just went to the movies and seen that Beetlejuice 2. He says it was okay, but the first one was definitely better. But everybody has their own opinion. So, I mean, literally, if you want to go see it and see what you think of it. But like I said, I have a cousin who did go see it already. And he said one was definitely better than two. He said two was okay. Oh, that sucks, Kitty. Kitty stores out of bread and hot dog buns.
Well,
that sucks. Yeah, you might want to look around again, Kitty, because I don't know how your guys' store works, but usually the bread man shows up at the grocery stores like
right.
every day.
Mhm.
They deliver every day. Okay, Miss Kitty said she's seen the Beetlejuice 2 already too, and it was okay. Did you like one better than two, or did you like two better than one, Kitty? Yeah, that I want to keep. Just drop it on the tray. Oh, not the hot dog buns, but the hot dogs. Okay. Yeah, the first was way better. See, even Miss Kitty said it. Yeah, we ain't seen two yet. We've seen one. She loved one. She laughed her ass off almost all the way through it. 30 viewers, 20 thumbs up, an hour and 1 minute. Please give me a thumbs up showing me that you like seeing Big Larry on here this morning. Think I wrote it just a hair too tight. If I'm not hitting it, it's going out. Now, everybody, I'm going to let you give you a warning. Monday morning, when I do my morning show, there will be no wake and bake in the morning. Monday, I will not have no wake and bake. It ain't that I ain't going to have some, because I will. But because Todd is coming in my house, Todd is coming over Monday morning to visit. I don't want him to be stinking like my stuff. I don't want him smelling like my stuff. I don't even want him to smell my stuff. because I don't want him to get in trouble on his way home. I don't want him to get high and pull over and stop at McDonald's and eat everything there, or none of that problem. I don't want no problems with Todd here, so I will wait until Todd leaves, and then I will be smoking my morning wake and bake, but I will wait until after Todd leaves. That is, to me, it's called respect for Todd, because I don't think Todd smokes weed, and I don't want the house to smell like that when he comes in. I don't want him leaving my house smelling like weed, so. And that's what kind of people I am. I I think that way. I am that way. It's like a lot of times, like Sunday mornings, I'll have my wife walk out the door on her way to church, and then I smoke it. I try not to smoke it when she's still in the house, because the church has smelled it on her a couple of times, and the neighbor has said something. Larry, I like that aroma your wife has on her. And I know what they mean by that. And they're not talking about her perfume or her body spray or any other things that she's wearing that day. They are talking about when you smoke it in the house, everybody in the house at that present time will smell like that until wash your clothes, or a couple hours later, the smell finally goes away. Yeah, little Irvy is being quiet because John ain't on. John ain't helping him get on shows. And Cisco, you've been quiet too, buddy. And, I kind of don't want that, Cisco. It's a weekend. I'd love to see Cisco get on here this weekend. Cisco, I'm still wanting to do a show with you. I don't understand why you're scared to go visit Big Larry's show. There's nothing to be scared of. I mean, we're not going to beat you up or anything, buddy. I wanted to talk to you. And I'll say the same thing, Cisco. It ain't just you. Reverend Shanny, that also goes for you too. You guys are always doing shows. You guys are always doing this, that, and everything. But you can't let Big Larry come and join one of your shows. You cannot join one of Big Larry's shows? What's wrong? Are you afraid Big Larry's going to tell you something that you don't want to hear? Or Big Larry's going to tell you something you already know? Shanny, I don't give a shit if what Rev does. When he laid his hands on your child, not his, your child, you should have got rid of him. And I'm sorry, everybody, that's just how I feel. Well, I'm not interested in his community neither, but I am interested when somebody fucking punches a kid in the chest or kicks a kid in the chest. Then I get in part of that community. I get my fucking nose in it because I got a big fucking nose. I'm a nosy motherfucker. And I protect all kids. No matter who likes that. I see a kid going hungry, I'm helping. I see a kid getting abused, I am helping. And I ain't the only one. Kitty, I don't want to call you out, but Kitty heard that my cousin was having problems feeding her little girls and getting her some fresh meat instead of canned meat. Miss Kitty donated to her, people. Miss Kitty sent her money to make sure her kids ate real food, not something out of a can. Tell her to start with me, Miss Kitty. Tell her to start with me. Tell her to go live with me and do an interview with me, and she could sue me first. She gonna find out something. And my opinion, if them would have been my kids, if them two boys would have been mine, and Rev, you hit them like that, Rev, I've been beating your motherfucking ass. And Shanny, you would have got your ass beat too by my sister. No fucking joke. Telling you, Andrea got lucky when she went to jail. Vaughn, you can say whatever you want. Andrea was lucky that she went to jail for hitting Alice. My sister was on her way. My sister would have cleaned. My sister would have treated Andrea like she was a fucking rag doll. Yep, my sister Beth. You got it. Shanny says she was on hospice care. I don't believe that. I mean, she can say it. She might even be on it. But I'm going to say I don't believe that. I don't know if any of y'all know what hospice is. Hospice is a nursing home, hospital / hospital, kind of where it's your last week to live. That's when they send you there, is when you have done. You are literally on your way out the fucking door. How do I know? My grandmother lived in one for 3 times. She went from the nursing home to them. Hospice. She went back to the nursing home, went back to hospice, went back to the nursing home, went back to hospice. Once she was at hospice 2-3 days, her health was better. They sent her back to the nursing home. A couple days later, her health would be bad. They'd send her back to hospice, thinking she's going. Yeah, Miss Kitty, I do know that. And Miss Kitty, you took every penny that you had and gave to her. It wasn't nothing, but to her, you fed her kids that night. And she appreciates it, and I appreciate it. And as you know, Miss Kitty, she even sent it back to you. I think you've already noticed it on your Cash App. Who, hon?
Miss Kitty.
Oh yeah, Miss Kitty's on.
Tell her,
Her picture's not on with me, but she's online.
tell her thank you from me for feeding the girls.
Yeah, I've already told her that. She knows it comes from me and you when I say it. Miss Kitty, the wife, is saying the same thing that I've been telling you. Thank you for helping
Them are my girls.
Mountain Mama with the girls, because them are my wife's girls too. We make sure they are well taken care of. We never had no girls. We had all boys, so we loved it. We do spoil Mountain Mama's girls. We do buy them all their little pearly girl stuff, their hair braids and necklaces and all kinds of stuff that girls wear.
I do that with our kids. I mean, grandkids too.
Yeah, and our grandkids are done the same way. She's sending you hearts and butterflies.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do not want to see no kind of mess. Well, your weed stuff.
The only stuff I need near me, baby, is like my weed stuff, paper towels in case I gotta blow my nose or something, and my baby wipes in case I get my hands dirty.
I have everything that was
Yeah.
on the bed here.
My 420s are all in there. Okay.
Yep, your 420s and your Temu stuff.
Okay.
Or Temu, whatever the hell you say
Yeah.
it. Don't let the bug get in that.
I won't, baby. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand because a hospice is usually when you're on your way out the door. I mean, yeah, they do have something. Some of them, like Jan said right there, there are some that has nurses go out to the homes, and that's because the people at the homes want to die at home, and they have somebody there to help take care of them, but they just have the nurse come out and do checkups on them and make sure everything's good. So I don't think Shani knows what hospice really is. I guess Shani wants a second bucket cleaner. Okay. I think she wants a bucket, but I don't know about a bucket cleaner. She wants a bucket of chicken. You know, don't put me wrong. I know some people get real low. I know people are out there needing money to eat on. Like, let's say, I understand, Shani, once in a while you guys might be doing without food. But if you're doing without food, it's because you want to be. Reb's able to go out to the churches and get food. You're able to go to the churches and get food. You're able to get online and beg for money. You can get online and talk to the churches and get food brought to you. There's all different kinds of ways to get food. Oh, see, I didn't know that, Miss Kitty. Oh, what's wrong with their bathroom toilet? Or she can't fit down the toilet. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I missed a lot of that parts. Yeah, that's one good thing we don't have to worry about, because if we break our toilet, we got a second one ready to go. My trailer has 2 bathrooms. Yeah, she's like 600 pounds. She's definitely a lot huger than me. She's double what I was. And like I said, I won't talk bad about big girls because I've dated big girls. But there's a limit. There's a you got to be able to pull your own weight. You got to be able to do what you got to do. Yeah, F that. She'd be climbing them stairs. She wouldn't be walking them. She'd be crawling up them. I'd be making sure she's up them. That's bullshit. What is that, baby? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about now. I was just wondering because I heard it. I know what it is. I know what it is. You going back to school, Ghost? Nothing wrong with that. You can better your education. Go for it. Oh, you know about the movie we watched? Yeah, it was. It was pretty good. It was interesting. Like I said, I only caught clippings of it. But yeah, I do remember the movie. Yes, they were. To me, the music was better back then, too. But that could be just because of me. I'm that old. Well, yeah, I don't do without eating. I have to eat at least every single day. Maybe nothing big or nothing, but just something little, something to keep you alive, something, to give you some energy. Yes. Yeah, there's certain movies we like, and then there's certain movies that we're not really interested in. There was one night that we watched all Cheech and Chong's. There was one whole week that we just watched Sylvester Stallone's. And there's been a week that we watched Steven Seagal's. What's that one guy? Jean Claude Van Damme or Van Damme or however they pronounce that. My wife likes his movies, so we've seen a lot of his lately too.
John Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, we were talking about that movie earlier, Beetlejuice 2 that just came out, Father J. There's a few people who says it's okay, but it's not as good as one. We ain't seen it yet. I mean, I can't afford to go to the movies. I won't see it until it comes on TV or a DVD player somewhere. Or I buy it off of YouTube. Yeah, right now we just watch all the free movies. Any movie that we can get free, we kind of watch them. I'm a free kind of guy. I can't afford much money. We got to make sure we got food in the house and bills are paid. And because of the donation the other day, I'm able to get myself some more smoke this week. I didn't get to talk to Larry yet this week, so we are going to try to call him today. See how he's doing, see how the partying's going. He says he don't party, but I always bust his bubble when I call him and ask him what party he's going to or something.
I want to see him. He's probably walking out there getting some cookies.
Yeah, he's probably walking up and getting cookies. Well, he says he's been taking the bus over to the dollar store to get pop and chips and stuff like that. He don't smoke, honey, but to get pop and chips and stuff, he said he rode the bus up there. He told me that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's free for him. It ain't like he has to pay for it or anything.
I know.
He's a student. He rides the bus for free. It goes all through campus and then it goes over there in that complex over there. And it sits there for a while and then it goes back through the campus. So anybody on campus can jump
Right.
on the bus and go over there. And that's a good thing. I'm glad the campus does that.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather him get a ride on the bus than to walk it. Even though it's only, what, 4 blocks, 5 blocks?
Yeah.
No, he ain't got a car yet, weather guy. I do have a vehicle. He ain't even learned how to drive yet. Yeah, it is kind of hard to be around people drinking and you staying sober, Father Jay. But if you did it, we're proud of you, buddy. You got willpower. You can do it if you want to.
Just like you can quit smoking if you want to.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, at least you had your bow with you. Father Jay is sober 21 days today.
That's good.
Congratulations, Father Jay.
That's good.
The wife just said, that's good. I personally have not had no Jack Daniels since the time Jack and Honey came out. How long's that been? That was the last drink that come out by Jack Daniels was that Jack and Honey when it first came out. I bought a bottle of it because I wanted to try it to see what it would taste like. Because, like Jack Daniels has a soured mash taste. To me, it's a bitter taste. And I knew adding that honey would kick that bitter right out of there. And it does. It really, I mean, you can't tell that Jack Daniels is a soured mash when they added that honey to it. You don't toot, but you'll eat eatables. Congratulations on stop drinking. Very proud of you. Yes. Well, I quit drinking because the doctor told me to. I'm not going to lie. Before the doctor told me I had to quit, I was drinking like on my birthday and on New Year's, sometimes the 4th of July. Well, that's cool, Father Jay. So you met somebody else that smokes too. She said that's why she knew you were walking away. Yep. And Father Jay, honestly, if you walked away and you hit it a couple times and you walked back over to that crowd, I guarantee you she smelled it on you. She knew it. Oh, I bet it was hard not to drink with her. Just tell her right now you're on the wagon, so. Hi, Vegas. Yeah, right now you're on the wagon and you gotta get your life situated right now and you might never drink again. Someday you might want to pick up a drink, but you just don't let it start controlling you. You control the alcohol. The alcohol does not control you. You can do with it or without it. It's like my father-in-law. My father-in-law wakes up 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning. But you know what? The first thing he don't go in there and make a cup of coffee. He don't go in there and grab a soda to clear his throat. He grabs a beer.
He So no.
To me, that's a drunk. That's to me, if he wakes up drinking a beer, goes to bed drinking a beer, he's a drunk.
Well, you think I'm away from him? He gets loud when he drinks too.
Okay, yeah, you'll be right back, Father Jay. And that's good. She gave you the number. That means she's interested, Father Jay. Yep, exactly, weather guy. You are your own liquor control. And that ain't just liquor, people. That's all drugs. To me, that is all drugs. Larry, do you have a cable internet or a mobile hotspot? No, I do not have cable. I do have the internet. I am at home, so I have Wi Fi, as they call it. That's how my computers run. That's how my laptop runs. That's how my cell phone runs. I'm through StreamYard. They call it StreamYard. Usually it's pretty good until we get storms coming through here. And then I'm getting blurry or going in and out. And right now we're doing beautiful. It says we are at 66 degrees outside right now. That's the temperature I wish it'd stay all day long. I don't want it to go nowhere. Don't want it to go higher. Don't want it to go lower. I like that temperature. 66. Yeah. Well, there was one time there I was doing a show and it literally went blackout on me. I don't know if someone black flagged my show or if my computer shut down or what happened. So I just shut it off. Me and the wife watched a movie that night and I got on the next morning. Yeah, yesterday it just cut out exactly. That's when I was telling you it said it blacked out on me. Well, Vegas, the main reason they're kind of long is because, I watch how many people's getting in and out and who's coming in and who's out. I mean, every one of us have different times of day that they get in and out. I mean, there's sometimes you got to go to work. I mean, or somebody's going to the grocery store. Somebody's got to take their kids to school. I mean, so I kind of try to stay on for a lot of different people can get on. And I do a lot of talking, but I notice there's a lot of people talking in the chat to each other. I mean, these are people that have been friends with each other for a long time. And if they use my show to have a conversation about what's going on with them, that's a great thing for me. I mean, I want to keep friends connected to each other, or simply just went fishing. Exactly. I got a friend of mine. He's a truck driver. I'm waiting for him to be on an interesting road, and I might even do a live with him one day. He does lives every day when he's on the road, talking to his girl, showing people what road he's on, where he's coming from, what he's hauling, where he's going. He usually sits there sometimes and listens to music. Sometimes he just sits there and talks like I am right now. Why he's driving semi. I got people on here that does fishing shows. I'd like to maybe let them join one of our shows one time and show people how to do some different kind of fishing. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to fish. It matters what you're fishing for. Different fish is different ways to fish for them. Yeah, Miss Kitty's usually cooking or cleaning when we're on together. Oh, I do too, Vega. You know, I'd just be happy if I can get them back for about a month. That's all I need. And give me a month to get them back. Where I can teach both of my boys how to drive. And then I wouldn't worry about them going out. At least my kids will know how to drive and they can take mom to the grocery store and they can take mom places that she needs to go. I got a vehicle sitting out there that no one's really drove in 2 years. Because I ain't driving much anymore and neither one of the boys drive it. So I've had people come over and want to buy it from me and I won't sell it. I want one of the boys to start driving it. But right now there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things I wonder, a lot of things I'm thinking about. Like I said, my son will graduate from college this year. Is he going to stick around this little town that I picked out that I enjoy and I like? Or is he going to have to go to a big town to get a real job? Am I going to let him move to a big town all by himself and let him go on with his life? Or do I move close to him where he's going to be working and he moves back in with mommy and daddy when we get up there and get a place? You know? Or do we get our own place and he gets his own place, but we still live close together where we can see each other once a week or so? Yeah, then there are stay at home jobs that he can do too. Yeah, I know. I need to let him go, Father Jay. I know my bird is fully grown. I got to let him spread his wings. I just don't want him to spread his wings too far away where I don't ever get to see him again. I mean, he moves off to California somewhere. I'll never see him again unless he takes a vacation and has money to fly back to Kentucky to see his old dad and mom and his brother. I've always, me personally, I would love it where I live in the same town as all my kids. And then every Sunday, all my kids would come over for Sunday dinner. That way, at least I get to see them at least once a week, every week. I would love it that way. But of course, that ain't how it is. Yes. Yeah, so I mean, you look at it both sides, Jan. I agree with you. And you agree with me. No updates on John. We still know it's going to be a few more days. I don't think we're going to hear nothing until Tuesday, Wednesday of this coming week. Yeah, I agree, Sharon. And she's 27. Yes, she's fully grown woman, but it's hard to let him go. Why, I am sorry to hear that, Father Jay, but you were serving your country. You know that. And I'm sorry that your dad passed while you were gone and you didn't get to see him. Literally, my father was out of my life most of my life. Him and mom got a divorce when I was 5. My dad did come back and get temporary custody of me. I was probably about 12 years old. He was remarried to some other woman. And the woman told my dad that she didn't want half grown kids. She wanted kids of her own. She wanted babies. She didn't want half grown boys. So he gave us back to where he got us from. And he went to Florida. I did not know my father until after just the day before I turned 18 years old. So from 0 to 5, I had my father. From 5 to 12, I didn't have my father. From 12 to 12, he was kept us for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and gave us back to the children's home. And then I met him when, like I said, the day before I was turning 18 years of age. I went to Florida where he lived. Within 3 months, we had a fight over some cocaine, and he threw me out of his house. That is when I lived out in the park for the 2 weeks, working for some temp service where I get paid every single day. And I'd put, that money in my pocket and buy me something to make sure I had eat and drink and my cigarettes and slept on the picnic bench until it was time to go back to work again. Yeah, he never left. Yeah, my son Arnold's already told us he's staying with us till he's 50. And I have no problems wrong with that. He wants to live with me and his mom till we're 50. If me and his mom are both still alive at 50, when he turns 50, we are doing damn good. You know, Arnold is helping. Like I tell Arnold, long as he pays his way, he posts his share, then I don't care. I mean, I don't think my wife's did dishes in the last 2 months because Arnold's doing them. Arnold takes out the garbage and does dishes every day. They're trying to be Vegas. I mean, they understand the work that you have to put in to run the house, and he understands his mom does a lot of work. I mean, she keeps the house clean, she keeps his clothes cooked, she keeps his food. Lately Arnold's even cooking his own food. Arnold don't eat the same foods as us. Arnold is a very picky eater. I don't know if anyone's ever caught that, but Arnold is a very picky eater. I mean, if it ain't a pizza bite or a chicken nugget or a hot dog or bologna or peanut butter, pizza, now he eats all that stuff. But now if it's a fat, juicy hamburger, he's not touching it. We have bought chicken breast, and I've shaked and baked them and cooked them, and he's ate them that way. We call them chicken fingers because I'd make them look like a chicken finger. He don't do laundry yet, but the wife has been teaching him how to use the washer and dryer. Now Larry, he does know how to use a washer and dryer because he uses it at the school. They do have washer and dryers at the school, so Larry's able to do his laundry while he's there. So we made sure he learned how to use the washer and dryer. He knows to separate the clothes. He knows which ones to run through hot and what ones to run through cold water. Oh yeah, we do have a washer and dryer, Vegas. We couldn't live without one of them. Especially when Manchester don't even have a laundromat no more. Their laundromat went out of business. And I was just talking to somebody a couple weeks ago. Man, that even if I got back up on my feet or just even be able to get in my wheelchair and drive down there, that might be something to invest in there. I mean, you got everybody around here, everybody in Oneida, they all have to go to London to do their laundry. That's an hour and 15 minute, hour and a half for some people drive to just go do their quilts and stuff at the laundromat. Yeah, Manchester is definitely the closest city to me because I live right in the heart of it. The only big stores we would have is we have a Walmart's. We have an IGA's. We have 2 Save-A-Lot stores, one on each side. We got McDonald's, we got Burger King, we got Taco Bell, we got a Huddle House. We got 2 what I call Ma and Pa restaurants. And one of the Ma and Pa restaurants has a bar connected to it, which is the first bar in Manchester. Well, Father Jay, you guys have fun. That sounds good to get out there to that seafood buffet. Wish him happy birthday from you and the whole world. You have a happy Saturday, buddy. Appreciate you coming here and spending some minutes with me. Yeah, I can't say that, Miss Kitty, because, well, it wasn't fast food. To me, it's fast food, and that is Subway. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be cheap. I agree there, Father Jay. No, I've never tried the Big Mac chicken sandwich. I don't eat much of McDonald's. I don't call McDonald's McDonald's. I call it McNasties. No, we don't have no. No, we ain't got no Ma and Pa pizza joints. We do have Pizza Hut. We do have Little Seizures. There was another one. What is that other pizza joint? The Pro. They call it the Pro. That might be a Ma and Pa, but I don't think so. I think that's a business big name one too. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I call them, McNasties. I mean, I'll eat it if I have to. And you're right, it's the Big Mac I usually go for if I'm going to eat any of it. Or them double cheeseburgers. But, you got to get so many of them to fill up. What they call a burger is a joke. Yes, it is. Yeah, me, I got to have some beef on my burger. So, me personally, I like half pounders, 3/4 pounder, a full pounder. I remember one time I went to Arby's and I ordered the 1 pound roast beef and cheddar sandwich. And the wife's like, "You're going to be able to put that in your mouth?" I was like, "No." And I couldn't. I'm not going to lie, I couldn't. I literally took the lid off of it and ate half the meat before I even closed it back up as a sandwich. Hell, I ate half the meat, put the lid on it, wrap it up, and take it home and eat it later. Yeah, I love Arby's too. And they went out of business here in Manchester. I was hoping they were going to build a building and move into it, but they didn't. They closed and went to London. Yeah. I mean, we have went over there and bought pizzas from them little Caesar ones. You know, just pepperoni pizzas, $5, ready to go. It's okay, Vega. I really didn't get too much into their dips. Now the wife did like the French dip. Me, I try not to put too much on my meats. I mean, like if I'm ordering a steak, I won't put A1 or none of that stuff on it. I want to taste the steak. Now, if the steak tastes nasty, I might put something on it. But if the steak's good, I shouldn't have to put nothing on it. I like hot dogs. Like I said, I don't like hot dogs. But if it's what I have to eat because we're poor people and that's what the wife's making, then I like literally put onions on it, hot dog sauce on it, anything else I can to take the hot dog flavor away from it. Yeah. No weather guy. The best burgers are done by my wife. I showed a picture of mine the other day. That's a burger. That was a half-pound beef smothered in sauteed onions and tomatoes, mayonnaise, and grilled. The buns were grilled like grilled cheeses. If I had sauerkraut, I would have put sauerkraut on it. Yeah. No, not on that. I wouldn't have. Okay. Maybe on sausages or hot dogs, yeah. But we're talking about that big fat hamburger you made the other day. Yep. I mean, my wife does okay by herself making her hamburgers. But my hands are small. But her hands are kind of small, so she literally can't take a half pounder and put it together and smash it. I'm a weakling. I like if I'm gonna eat a hamburger, it has to have some hamburger to it. It can't be no thin patty kind of deal like McDonald's or them soy burger things. I gotta have some meat. Two, usually when we get hamburgers or we're having hamburgers, I don't buy hamburger buns. We just use bread for the hamburger. And I want the hamburger to fit the hamburger bread. My wife's, hers, you could probably take two of her hamburgers and put it on one, the bread. Me, my burgers, they hang out all the way around the bread. The hamburger's bigger than the bread itself. And I like it that way. That's the way I like it. So I usually make the patties for the wife, and then the wife goes out there and cooks them. Instead of me eating 3 or 4 of my wife's patties, I eat one of mine and I'm done. Well, I'm not saying your wife ain't a good cook, buddy. I bet you she is. There's a lot of people out there that can cook good. My wife did it in the skillet. On a flat top griddle is what she did it on. Yeah. Yeah, I like to meet the farmer and stock up. Well, I do know I do know some farmers down here. I mean, half the country around here is all farmers. You always see a lot of them up there standing on the corner or sitting on the corner selling their vegetables. The man right down the street from where my old place is, he raises about 250 cows per year. Now that's what I wish I can afford. I wish I could afford to just buy the whole cow. Oh, I know. Well, Miss Kitty, I don't know if you've seen the picture. I only ate half of it, and the other half I had the next day. Same way with my foot long steak and cheese the other day. I ate half of it, and the other half I ate the next day. And if my son Larry was here, I wouldn't have never had it. I would have lucky got 3 bites from it before he snagged it out of there.
There's one thing. He asked you. He doesn't tell you.
Yes, we eat plenty of chicken. And we eat fish when we can get it. I ain't too hot on like fish sticks or that thing like the fish stick. It's the fixed fish fillet kind of thing where one side's kind of fat and the other one's a little skinny. I mean, they're okay, but it seems like you get more batter than you do the fish. If I had the money, I would really love to go up north when the fish are coming in, when them boats are coming in, and buy 2 or 3 coolers full of different kinds of fish. I would love to do that. I mean, I wish we had a fish store here that we can buy fresh fish. I have a chance to. I had one or the other. It still could be open. I ain't really talked to the guy lately. Um, I can buy a box of chicken or a box of fish, which are nice pieces, nice fillets. But I literally have to buy it from the restaurant. She said that she will sell it to me at, I think she said $5 or $10 more than what she has to pay for it. And she buys it through a company. So she wants to make $10 off of me for that company to drop her a box of fish off. And then I go to her business and I buy the fish from her. And it's like $80 to $90 per box. I think we used our grill like twice this year. That's it. Still got a full tank of propane on it. Well, not full, of course, but 2 uses. I might as well say full. We didn't have them on long. Couple hamburgers, couple hot dogs. It ain't like they were on there for 2, 3, 4 hours. I did buy one of them silicone things that you put over your grill when you're inside cooking. Because she was having problems like when you're cooking the hamburger, you know how the hamburger falls between the rack itself? Well, I bought something that you put over that is not burnable. It won't melt, and you can cook on it. It's some kind of, I don't know, it's a flat thing that you just roll out and put on your grill, and nothing falls between your grill.
I didn't think they could see me. Daddy?
I hear you, honey.
I didn't think they
Yeah, I
could
bet it is, Sharon. And the worst thing of all, Sharon, you guys just left Canada, and that's the best place to get the fish. You guys should have just got a bunch of it before you left. At least that's what I would have did. Maybe that's something to look forward to next year, Sharon. I mean, I think and that Weatherman does this every single year, so every summer you guys are in there, and every winter you guys are down there. I mean, you kind of know what you need up there, and you kind of know what you need down there. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Hey, there you go. Yeah, fired up, Ghost. Yeah, we got 35 viewers, 31 thumbs up right now. I've been on live 2 hours, 10 minutes. Sitting here still puffing on my morning wake and bake. It's a little tight, but it's working. I'm getting something out of it. That's the main thing. No matter if it's tight or loose, as long as it's hitting. If I can hit it, I'm hitting it. Nothing at all, Cartel. I don't think we'll get any information until somewhere in the middle of the week. They can't make him no stupider, Ghost. I know that. Hell, it might make him run his mouth more. It might make him literally, we might see him fall on the floor and kick his feet and hands if he did that. The real true Von Hilton would come out. Yeah, to me, all it does is makes me relax. That's what weed does to me. It makes me relax. And like I said, it matters what kind it is, what it is. Like I said, there was this one stuff I smoked one time a while back. Literally, it made me want to get up and clean.
And the house wasn't even dirty.
And yeah, and the house wasn't even dirty, as the wife says. That's one thing I can say about my wife. I've never had a dirty house with my wife now. 22 years I've been with her, I've never had a dirty house. Yeah, it gets cluttered, but it ain't dirty. Good morning, Santos. Yep. I tried that once and it knocked me on my ass, literally. I mean, I was standing up when I did it, and it was like the walls all started turning, and I knew there was somebody standing next to me, and I literally reached to grab them, and I was down onto the couch. Yeah, the wife's walking around spider checking. I got some lace flowers. Yeah, no, that wasn't my weed. That was that Sylvia stuff. I mean, I'm 60, people. I've tried a few drugs. Weed is not the only drug. Alcohol is not the only drug I've ever tried. I've tried a few things. I prefer the alcohol and the weed. Maybe because it wasn't so expensive. Maybe it's because of the buzz itself. I don't know. It's just weed and alcohol are the ones that I really like. I mean, I used to do a lot of acid as a teenager. It was nothing like dropping 3 or 4 hits of Mickey Mouse 2 or 3 days in a row. I've did coke, I've did crack both. I've did BAM 52s, if you know what them are. I've had mushrooms, and I really didn't get nothing off them neither, weather guy. 25 viewers, 33 thumbs up, 2 hours, 17 minutes. Yeah, I knew what you meant. 'My spider lady's coming through and making sure I ain't got no spiders this week. I knew that was coming. Good hit. Good hit.
You want a good hit? I'll hit you.
So, what's everyone got planned to do? Watch football today? Today's college day. Today is college football day. Some of us might be going even to the game. Some of us just might be watching it on TV. Happy wake and bake, everybody. Thank you, Sharon.
It's me.
Yeah, I probably won't watch the game itself, but my telephone does have it on it where I can at least watch the scores. I'll know which team scores and when and how much and all this and that, but I don't listen to the game. I don't really watch it. It's been a long time since I've been in one of them places. Yeah, you guys might be having a home game if there's a lot of stuff happening. Yeah, she did. She went with she went with Lady and the Tramp, Vegas. She didn't get nothing done, though. Just Lady did. Lady got her hair done. Well, I mean, if you got the money to risk, if you got the money to make the bets, then, you do it. It's a 50-50 chance. I mean, that's at least one thing. If you're betting on a football game, you have a 50-50 chance on winning. It ain't like the lottery. It ain't 1 in 10 billion. You have a 50-50 chance if you're betting on a football game. And don't get me wrong. I've seen them underdogs come back and win games too, people. And if you playing the underdog, and the underdog does really win, I mean, usually you get some pretty good odds sometimes. It matters who you're dealing with. If it's just a friend or is it a bookie? He giving you 3-to-1 odds. So I pay $10, and if my team wins, I walk away with 30. Hell, it don't sound too bad to me. My NFL team are the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been so bad this year in the last 30 years, I don't even make bets on them anymore. I'm scared to lose my money. And I am a Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan for a very long time. We ain't been to the Super Bowl since Troy Aikman took us there.
You were supposed to do that.
Not always. Not the house don't always win. Weather guy, me and my cousin went up to the Toledo horse track, watching them ponies. I watched my cousin put almost $600 on a trifecta. walked out of there with $5,000 from that race alone. Total, I think he walked away with almost $13,000 that day. He hit 3 out of 5 races. Trifectas. He wasn't just calling the number one horse. He was putting 3 of them in a row or 4 in a row. Well, I mean, I could spend $2 and buy a ticket. You can put $2 on the number 3 horse to win, but you don't make as much money as you would if the more money you put down, the more money you make. And that's kind of in anything you're betting. To tell you the truth, I think let's say he played 5 races. They were like $600 a piece. So that's what, 30? $3,000. He won $3,000 off one race. Another 20, I think it was somewhere 2,600 on one and 2,800 on another. So he probably spent $3,000 and walked out with about $6,000. So he doubled his money. Yeah. The only thing I really didn't like is I couldn't do no betting when I was there. If I did any betting, he had to do it for me. I was not allowed to bet there. You can't bet on horses if you work at the track. If you have anything to do with the Toledo Raceway, you cannot bet. Oh, I mean, he might have. Whether, I mean, that wasn't the first and only time he's went. I mean, this boy would he'd be there once every week. I mean, he years that he, had invested. But the guy never had a job in his whole life. I can tell you that. Well, I can't say that. He had a job. He just didn't have a job that he paid into on taxes. He always had to pay his taxes at the end of the year, kind of deal. He was what we call a wholesaler. We call him a wholesaler. He would go to auctions and stuff like that and buy stuff, take it home and resell it. And I've seen the guy make a lot of money that way too. That's just like the last couple years before he died. He was going out and buying a bunch of stuff for 4th of July. He'd wait till 2 months before the 4th of July and buy a bunch of sparklers and little bottle rockets and the glow in dark bracelets. Get himself 100 or 200 of them little American flags. I mean, anything to celebrate the 4th of July that people like. He got himself a wagon. He decorated it. He put all of his stuff in his wagon. And he went downtown on the 4th of July and made a killing. Sold out. I mean, if I could spend $100 and buy $100 worth of flags and a bunch of merchandise and go to your town on the 4th of July when they're doing their fireworks and sell them flags for $1 a piece or whatever, you're making a killing. I remember one time, and I kind of got mad at him, and he knows it. I got mad at him one time because I went with him to one. I was there when he was bidding on stuff. I had a little bit of money, and I usually, get something to eat. Sometimes I'll bid on stuff, but sometimes I try not to bust over him. You know what I mean? If he wants something and I want something, I don't want to mess his shit up. Well, he ended up buying these crystal bells. They had a rose on them. Very beautiful. Gorgeous things. You had to buy the people that were selling them did not want to sell them one at a time. So you had to buy the whole box. There's 36 in a box. My cousin took all 3 boxes that they had. So here he's got about 125, 130 crystal bells with roses on them. We loaded them in his vehicle. They went back to his house. Plus everything else he bought that night. I mean, he had a full load. He always has, always will. We got back to his house. I helped him put everything in. We sat and bowled a little bit. Smoked a couple of J's. And I was like, man, I'm tired. I'm going to go home, eat dinner. I'll see you tomorrow sometime. Remember, I need a couple of them bells. I want a couple of them bells. Yeah, I know, cuz. I know. About 7:30 that next night, I went to his house. He had no bells left. 120 something bells or whatever it is. 36 times 3. That's how many bells he had. He sold them for $15 a piece and had none left. So he made a $14 profit off each bell and sold them all. Because he knew I wanted 2 of them. I was going to give them to the wife. But he forgot. They sold that quick. Which you all got to remember now. And he knows too. I wasn't going to give him his price. I wasn't giving him. He wasn't selling them to me for $15 a piece. Because I was with him. I did the loading and unloading. I'm his sidekick. So I would get a real good discount. Like the price he got. Or maybe $1 more. Yeah, he wasn't supposed to make money off me. He made $14.24. Yeah, see what I'm saying? I mean, and that was just off the glass bells. That's not counting everything else that he bought while we were there. And I mean, he bought all kinds of stuff. I remember one time he bought 3 safes. All 3 safes for $50. He sold 1 safe for $50. Got his money back and still had 2 safes to sell. The guy knew how to sell stuff. Kind of like I said, if you know somebody, how can I say this? If I know Todd Malico is an Oklahoma University fan, and I get something over here real cheap in my country, in my city, from Oklahoma cheaper than he can get it, I'm going to buy it and sell it to Todd. I'm at least get my money out of it. Maybe more. It matters who it is and what it is, So what I'm saying is, if you know somebody that wants something and you know where it's at and you can get it cheap, buy it. Take it over to your friends and sell it to them, or give it to them for Christmas gifts or whatever. However you want to do that. Hi, Steve-O. And thank you for doing the adding for me. Doors? Well, I mean, yeah, there's certain machines you need to make a real door. But yeah, he can make doors. That's what my grandfather did for a living. My grandfather made front and back doors for homes. Somebody asked me once before, did they do indoors? I mean, I think the company did do inside doors too, but my grandfather worked on the outside doors, is what he did. 90% of the doors in Ohio was probably made by my grandfather. Everyone's front door is probably made by my grandfather at one time. Yeah, they were solid doors. What's happening Monday? Well, Monday, Big Larry's going to do a show, and Big Larry's going to have some company here Monday. Big Larry and Todd gets to shake hands, and I get to tell Todd face to face, thank you. Todd will be here paying for the liens. Yep. Y'all think Vaughn Hilton's going to go down there early Monday and try to stop Todd?
Really?
Really? Do you all think so? The wife said probably.
I don't know though.
Y'all, should we do a survey on that?
No, I don't want that.
Is Vaughn going to be lazy and not go down there, or is he going to go down there in the morning and try to stop Todd from paying the liens? You know, I really think it's funny that Vaughn wants Todd to just donate the money to him. Let him borrow the money to pay his liens off, and he'll give Todd $50 a month. No interest, no, I'll double it, Todd, or anything like that. He'll pay Todd back. My opinion, he ain't going to pay Todd back. He wouldn't pay nobody back. Same thing with John Way. John Way says he was going to do this, and send him all that money. John Way, I'm going to tell you, buddy, you will never get your money back. No, weather guy, it's not. I wish. Boy, do I wish. Hopefully soon. I think all 50 states should be. They just started legalizing it for medical purposes. Wait, let me read that again. Sorry, I'll have to get her into me before I enter. I don't know what that meant. Are you saying you'd have to smoke it before you got here? I would understand that. I wouldn't want to drive too much with it all in my vehicle. I wouldn't want to be pulled over for it. But if you guys came to visit us, weather guy, I mean, it ain't hard for me to get. Oh, there's a lot of good weed all over the place. Vaughn keeps forgetting that Todd isn't buying the lien on the house he lives in. Exactly, Kitty. He's not. Thumper already owns that. And I'm going to tell you, Thumper is going to be one hell of a person to deal with. He's worse than Uncle Jim. Thumper's like dealing with me. I don't care attitude. He's one penny short. I'm paying Thumper. Thumper is going to thump him. Because Thumper knows that Miss Alice is gone. Miss Alice is gone. Thumper don't have to worry about her no more. Von Hilton, welcome to Thumper's world, is all I can tell you. Because Thumper's wanted a piece of him for quite a while. People down here don't like him because of the way he treated his mother. I mean, to me, and to 99.99% of everybody out there, your mother is the most important person in your life. She gave you life. Yeah, I still really do not know what Thumper has. I know he's got Alice's property. But somebody said he bought a small piece of land that don't have nothing on it.
You want me to ask him?
And they told me, someone told me, no, it's not the 1 acre behind the church. They said it was the land that the Lake Alice sits on. Well, that's a pretty big piece of property. That's like 47 acres or so. I was always told it's 50 acres. So, but someone told me he took Alice's house and he took Lake Alice too. So, Well, I don't know. We'll give it a little bit longer, and we'll throw it out in Thumper's ears, because we know Thumper. I mean, literally, both of my kids went to that elementary school.
Want me to ask him someday?
Ronnie's kids went to that elementary school. Mountain. Oh, I'm sorry, wait a minute. Lady and the Tramps girls go there right now. The wife has his number. I mean, literally.
Go to church with them.
She goes to church with them. He goes to the same church my wife goes to. Well, I don't believe that, Light. If Von Hilton gets something, he gonna tell us. He can't keep secrets. He has to put it out on the internet. Come on. The things that he should have kept a secret was why they took his kids. Him literally reading that piece of paper that he got from Children's Services. He should have never read it online. That was the worst mistake of his life. Him calling his mom a bitch right online. If I would have called my mom a bitch, I would have been knocked across the room by her. Then I would have got smacked across the room by my stepfather. I knew better to talk back to my mother or my father. So, yeah, I think if Vaughn got something like that, I think Vaughn's going to say it. He's going to bitch about he has to spend too much, or he's going to bitch that he wants it all at one time, or he wants half and half, and you know what I'm saying? He'll complain about it.
Look what I just found. Open it.
Well, all I have to do is look at it and tell you what it is.
Don't turn it upside down. Don't.
Yeah, I could tell you exactly what it is. I was wondering what happened to him.
It was in the closet on the floor. Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, that safe you've been looking for? It's over here.
Told you it was there.
It's right here.
I knew there was a safe somewhere in there. It's got the 32 million in it. I think it's time to break that 32 million out. You think they'll notice that they're in $1,000 bills? Ha ha ha, people.
See?
Well, it would be kind of wrong in a way, but let's be real. I mean, he's treated Thumper bad the whole time he's been there. He's talked shit about Thumper. He treats his mom like shit, and Thumper don't like that.
Thumper's a good guy.
Thumper is a very good guy. If he can help you, he will help you.
He will.
You tell him your kids need some, he will help you get it. Yeah, I seen you put it up there.
I'm going to put it back.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that safe was here somewhere, honey. I just been not trying to spend all the money in it.
Aren't you glad I'm a clean freak?
Yes, I'm glad you're a clean freak.
I
Yeah, you're exactly right. He can't be helped.
I think I get that shit from my mom. No. Well, really, my mom and my dad.
Well, I've never known your dad to be a clean freak, and your mom, she was, at least decent until bedtime.
Yeah, I know. But don't tell her I said that.
Honey, the whole world just heard you say that about your mother.
Okay, well, fine. Just don't tell her I said it.
Y'all heard her. Just don't tell her mom that she said it. That's kind of why we threw her out of our house. I mean, I don't mind helping people, but I am not gonna let somebody live in my home. Mine and my girlfriend's home at the time. She was my girlfriend, not my wife yet. My girlfriend's mom move in, and her mom run around with skimpy clothes on.
Yeah. That is true.
And I mean skimpy. I mean, any smaller, and I would have seen everything she had.
That would have been good for her.
And then I'd be banging them both if I got away with it.
No, you would.
But I didn't. I was respectful to April. And I told her, tell your